This shit is bananas. Bananas. I was talking to you about this. Mills Lane today, God rest his soul, passed away. Let's get it on. Celebrity Deathmatch, legendary referee, Judge Mills Lane. Homie, 85 years old for good old Mills.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you can't say that he was gone too soon. I mean,
No.
85 is a pretty good long life. And how do you know how he went out? Do we know that yet?
No, well, they didn't say, but if I was to
No.
venture a guess, I mean, natural causes, the man was 85 years old.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully he went peacefully. And it wasn't a painful experience. And I mean, Mills Lane was just an absolute legend. He was one of these real old school, don't take no shit from anyone type guys, right?
Huh?
And he really was a judge. He was, in fact, even he became a judge on the People's Court, right, Mike Larkin, like
Yes,
one of
sir.
the original guy on, right? I think it was that Wapner.
No,
He
I
was on he was on one of them, right? He was on
yeah, he was on the
right.
People's Court, I believe.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was on the People's Court, and so was Wapner.
Yep.
And then later on, he somehow gets this job to play himself on Celebrity Deathmatch on MTV.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of even catapulted him further up into like iconic status and introduced him to a younger generation. And I mean, he was just he was the type of guy that like seemed like always came to work hard or whatever he was doing. He was putting his 110% into it, but wasn't such a hard ass that he couldn't have a laugh. Like he could be a real funny guy, right? Mike Larkin, like with that dry type of humor, like he could be pretty funny. Like he would probably be the type of guy you'd want to have a beer with, actually, because you know he knows he work hard, play hard. That type of guy. I like that type. That's one of my mottos. I like a guy like that.
Absolutely no. He was one of those guys where, for me, like the introduction that we had, and I'll say this right now because you brought up a great point here. The original Celebrity Death Match, not the newer Celebrity Death Match that came out in
Yes.
2007. Yeah, the OG Celebrity Death Match will always take the cake for me with him. It's MTV, man. The iconic years
Yeah.
of MTV.
Yeah. I mean, they tried to bring that show back. I think twice, right?
Yes, they tried for a second time and then nothing. Like I said, you can't
And
beat the first one. It's like when they tried to bring back TRL when you're in a day and age where everything on YouTube is pretty much Vivo and stuff, and you're trying to bring back TRL now. It's like, why? And that makes no sense.
I mean, like that theoretically could still it's different with music videos, but like theoretically that could work as a show. Like Celebrity Deathmatch could still work today as a show, but
Yes.
the problem is they're not doing it right. They don't have the right people involved. They don't have the right creative teams behind it, the right writers. It just doesn't look or feel the same as the original did, and that's kind of a big problem. And we'll always have the original though, right? Michael Arden will always have the original Celebrity Deathmatch. So at
That we will.
least there's that, and we'll always have Mills Lane. And we thank Mills for all the great years of entertainment that he gave us, and um, you know, just may he rest in peace, right? And we send our best
Yep.
to his friends and family, and to all of his fans all over the world, because he didn't really start out trying to be an entertainer, but he ended up being one. He ended up being a pretty good one. So, and he starts off, being a lawyer and a judge, and then, he's in, comedy shows and cartoon shows and stuff. And um,
Oh, he was also
really,
well, he was also the one who disqualified Tyson and Holyfield, man.
yeah, that's right. That's right. He was a boxing referee too. That's right. He really
Yep.
was a boxing referee. So, I mean, he lived quite the life. I can't believe I left that out.
That's
Um,
well, no,
he lived quite the life, and he will be missed by many. And yeah, may he rest in peace.
and speaking to someone else.